What's growing on, gardeners? On today's 2-Minute Garden Tip, I'm going to share with you all a beefsteak tomato with huge fruits that is reliable, disease-resistant, tastes delicious, and is actually worth growing. I've had gardeners ask me what is the largest tomato I've ever grown before, and the answer to that question is I don't grow a lot of large fruited tomatoes because here in the South, where it is very hot and very humid, the large fruited tomatoes generally have poor pollination rates. They tend to split in our torrential rains, which ruins the fruit, and a lot of times they don't ripen evenly and they have that green core in the center and the fruit quality is just pretty low, so I don't bother struggling with them. However, there is one variety of tomato that gives you absolutely huge fruits that I've been growing longer than any other. I've been growing it for 7 years straight because of how incredible it is. And that variety is the Brandy Boy Tomato. It is a hybridized version of the Brandywine Pink heirloom tomato, and because it has been hybridized, it is way more productive, the fruits are larger, and the plants are incredibly disease resistant. It is July 8th here in the coastal South, and it is almost disease-free on an heirloom quality tomato plant. Earlier in the season, I showed you this Brandy Boy tomato plant, and it was absolutely loaded with fruits. Since then, we have been picking them, but the fruits that are still left on this plant are so large that they are making the plant itself collapse. And I have just some monster fruits in here. This is what they look like. This Brandy Boy here is one of the largest tomatoes that I've had all season long, so I'm going to pick that off this plant. Just look at that beauty right there. And just look at these 3 monster tomatoes, one bigger than the next. The smallest one weighs in at almost 11 ounces, the medium-sized one weighs in at almost 15 ounces, and the largest one weighs in at a whopping 1 pound, 3.3 ounces. Absolutely massive. But most importantly, how do these tomatoes taste? Let's cut into this Brandy Boy tomato. And what is so incredible about this tomato is the meatiness, the juiciness, and its ability to ripen all the way through. It almost never has that green or orange unripened core. And the taste is absolutely incredible. This is a top 3 beefsteak tomato to me. The only 2 tomatoes that come close to this is the Brandywine Yellow and the original Brandywine Pink Sodeth heirloom strain. So if you want the biggest, most delicious tomatoes that you've ever had in your entire life on disease-resistant, productive vines that have the heirloom quality flavors without the downsides of the heirlooms, you have to grow Brandy Boy. And that's today's 2-Minute Garden Tip. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell to receive new video notifications, and check out our Amazon storefront and spread shop in the video description for a list of the gardening products I use and awesome custom designed apparel and other gear. Your support is greatly appreciated.